Yo,
What's
what's
up,
good?
YouTube?
What's good, YouTube? We back with another one. As you can see now, we back with a. So apparently they're coming out with another Rocky. So this supposed to be like the origin.
This is not a Rocky movie. This is just basically saying showing how he came about and started acting and you know
Sylvester Stallone
yeah,
or
Sylvester
oh,
Stallone.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
like it's called this is a I Play Rocky trailer. It's like basically showing how he tried
hmm
to get the movie script and the Rocky off the ground and stuff like that. And how he believed in himself so
Yeah,
much to you know want to be the star of the movie instead of them like finding another
finding another
famous
person.
actor or something to actually star in the movie. Wish it would have turned out totally different if
hmm
you would have think about it. I can't imagine nobody else playing
Yeah,
Rocky
exactly.
besides Sylvester Stallone now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because like I heard a little bit about the backstory, like couple of because like I said, growing up, I was like a big fan of Rocky, because clearly it's clearly before my time. You see, my uncle, like I know
Right.
he was definitely a big Rocky fan growing up. You feel me?
Yeah.
But when I first discovered the Rocky movies, like I was like a really big fan. So like every now and then I would kind of like read like the behind the scenes stuff, and like I actually kind of heard about that, like how he came up with the script. Because he was an actor at first. Like I remember he played in some movie that came out. Damn, he played in a movie that came out like back in 1969. I'm gonna have to like when this video is over, I'm gonna have to like kind of like just put the name like
Okay.
underneath. But
Okay.
it was a movie that came out in 1969, and I vividly remembered it because like whenever I used to watch like cable and stuff like that, I just always kept like the year of the movie.
Okay.
When it came out, it had something to do with like race cars or something like that. So it's a
Oh,
long,
okay.
yeah. So it was a long time ago. But yeah, like and also like even when it comes to like him finding like Apollo Creed and everything like that, like finding the character for that. But this is about like you said, like I knew it wasn't like a Rocky movie, but because he literally just told me about it. You feel me? So
Right.
like this is a like genuine reaction to this. You feel me? But yeah, let's get straight to it. Let's get right to it. All right,
Name. I'm Mike.
like that.
Yeah.
Did they? One thing I kind of noticed about this, like just that brief little shot of him, like did they like de-age him, or like is this like another actor?
There's another actor playing Rocky
Rocky. Okay.
and playing Sylvester Stallone. So playing him like it's like sort of like a biopic. So
Biopic.
yeah,
Okay.
this guy like killed it. Like he sounds just like Rocky.
He
You
sounds
must
just
see.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
Uh,
Yeah, he did do. Yeah, he really do. I'm not gonna lie, that could be like a son cousin. Like you
nah,
feel
they're
me?
not related though.
Nah,
But
I
like,
know, but
yeah,
like you when you take a look at this, like damn, I'm not sure. Like damn, you think they ain't use? You think they use some sort of like CGI to be able to make
nah,
him look like him, or like you
that's how
think he really just looked like bro?
right. That's how his son look.
Okay, copy. Okay, yeah. So like I said, like I could already see that they put a lot into this, and like literally, I'm so shocked that I didn't hear about this because, like I said, I'm a big Rocky fan. You feel me? Like even with the Creed movies, I watched that. I like how they continue the Rocky story through the Creed movies. So yeah, let's get back to it. Oh, that's fire! Like it looked like even like him going upstairs in his apartment building, like that looked like the same exact one. Like I wonder if they remodeled it or like is it just like the well, not even necessarily remodeled it. I wonder like if they is that like a stage set where like they just made another one, created another
I
one,
don't
or is
know.
that the actual building?
We'll see.
3.5 days, and he came up with that, and
Yeah.
that was definitely clearly it was a big success because they got so many sequels and spin-offs. Now years later, like and still coming out with movies for it. Really ain't have no faith in bro. Like, nah, you're not playing this. Even if you did write it, like, nah, we still just gonna. That'd be crazy if they did that on purpose to like make the meat solid. So like when he hit it, it
Yeah.
damages his hand, so they could have somebody else step in. You feel me?
Right.
Creed, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that casting too. Bro, look kind of like him.
Yeah.
Movie.
And like if you already know, like the nigga Apollo Creed, he didn't know how to box for real. So like, yeah, he didn't know how to box.
Because Carl Weathers, he was actually a player. He could play for the Raiders. Yeah, he played for the Raiders. Like prior to the Rocky movies, like that's another thing I looked up. Like I looked up, Carl Weathers. Like he was in the NFL prior, and then like he got injured, and then I guess he looking for some work, and then happened to stumble upon like the Rocky movie,
Okay.
and yeah, like I mean bro was just a natural athlete, like so that's why like the boxing just came to him, like it just came to him. You feel me? Because he really did look like he really could have been a actual boxer, like just based off of like how the movies portrayed him.
Theater because this is inspiring. I like stories like this.
Yeah, like this gives off like a theater type of vibe. Like even though what this is saying Emma too. Yeah, yeah, this definitely need to come out in movie theaters. And like I said, we definitely want to see it. Pretty much a professional liar.
Okay, November.
November. Hold up, do
Probably
they
around
have like
Thanksgiving.
okay, see, they don't have a specific date, but like you said, probably around Thanksgiving. But yeah, that's definitely a fire movie. Rocky, you know, those movies always have been inspiring. Well, I will say the one thing about Rocky that I did always notice it was always like that dynamic, like you put black versus white. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like you got black versus white. So I noticed most of the people. So with Apollo Creed, like my honestly, Apollo Creed has always been my favorite. You know, always been my favorite character. And plus, he's modeled after like he's loosely based off of clearly based off of Muhammad Ali. You feel
Okay.
me? He's loosely based off of Muhammad Ali, but I do notice that like you always had that dynamic of like this may take it in a whole different direction, but like
My
that
favorite
white
Rocky character is Clubber Lang.
club
Mr. T.
club of lane flow. Yep, exactly. Um, yeah, I definitely liked Apollo Creed, but I noticed that they always kind of like low key. So Rocky is pretty much based off of Chuck Wepner. I'm not sure if you know. So Chuck Wepner is pretty much the dude who was able to knock Muhammad Ali down. Like he
Okay.
not white dude knocked Muhammad Ali down. So just based off of that one moment in like a Muhammad Ali fight, because all right, so Muhammad Ali was like he's pretty much toying with him because Muhammad Ali pretty much already had him, but sometimes boxers they get cocky, and
Right.
then he was able to knock Muhammad Ali down. So pretty much like the entire crux of like the Rocky story is based off of that one knockdown. You feel me? So essentially, Rocky is pretty much a great white hype story. But like I said, like as I grew up, I started to realize that more. But I still like I said, I liked it as a child. I liked it even still now to this day. Like I always every now and then like I'll go back to watch it and everything like that. But yeah, it's definitely like a really good story. Like aside like like the great white hope stuff aside, like I definitely still like it though. What you
It's
got to say
just,
about it?
it's just gonna be good to see inspiring, uplifting story. Like him
Hmm.
starting from scratch and just him believing in himself and
Hmm.
making it happen. So like I'm really what I'm saying I love
Yep.
movies like that. I love emotional movies like that. Those are the real movies that I like.
Yep.
Those I like
So
to watch those movies for sure.
so speaking of Rocky, before we leave, what's your favorite Rocky movie? Like if you had to dwindle it down to one, like what's your number one Rocky movie?
I was
Or you could pick top three. You can either do number
I'm
one or
saying
top three.
I'm saying my favorite Rocky movie is uh was three.
Three? Okay,
Yeah,
three.
three. Because a lot of stuff went on with that. Like if I recall, like Mr. T, Clubber Lang took
Hmm.
his belt, and then I think like same thing. That's when Mickey died.
Yeah,
Mickey died,
and it gave him that motivation.
and yeah, in that one, no, he wanted to give up. Like
Yeah.
when
Well, Apollo gave him
and
the
Apollo
motivation.
Creed came in and like helped him find his way again. You know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
get that eye of the tiger back and all that. So that was
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, nah, that was definitely cool.
So
So
I definitely say Rocky 3 is my top um
top
Rocky
Rocky.
movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fire. That's fire. So it's crazy. So when it comes to Rocky, the first Rocky movie that I ever watched was the one that people hate the most. It's actually Rocky Five. You remember when they had Tommy Gunn?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
had
yeah.
Tommy Gunn.
He
You feel me?
died of AIDS.
Yeah, he died. He died back in
That's
what's that,
crazy.
2013. He died in 2013. And the crazy
Yeah,
part
I
is
didn't
his
know
son
about
passed away.
it. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know about his son or nothing like that, but I
No,
know his son,
no,
he like died of AIDS or whatever. It's kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
crazy.
So no, so not like Tommy Morrison's son. I'm talking about like Sylvester Stallone's son, Sage Stallone. I believe the
Yeah,
one
I
the
know
little
his
kid. Yeah,
son.
he passed
Yeah,
away
his son. Yeah,
like 2012. But the reason why now I wouldn't necessarily say that that's my favorite, but I don't have that hatred for it that like a lot of people tend to have for Rocky Five because that was the very first Rocky movie that I seen. Like I was younger and I was at some family's place and like I was just watching TV and then it came on and I was like, oh, what's this?
uh,
And it came on at the very end. Like it was the very end when when they had the street fight
yeah.
and everything.
It's one
So
son that Sylvester Stallone had died real young.
yeah, I
Like
think
and
because he had
he
two.
he had died real young. And then like in the Creed movie, when
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan's like, "Oh, that's your son." The picture that was the actual picture of his actual
Yeah,
son
yeah,
in that photograph. But he was played
another actor.
by um Milo V. I forgot his
Yeah,
last name, whatever, that played the heroes and stuff. So yeah,
yeah. So that was an emotional moment because like it was showing that like Rocky he wasn't really present in his his son's life like that at a certain point, and then even like the granddaughter, so that was like an emotional moment. You feel me? But yeah, going back to that, I would say that my favorite Rocky movie of all time is even though it got rid of my favorite character like Apollo Creed, I would probably say Rocky Four.
Rocky
Yeah,
Four.
probably like Rocky Four.
Yeah.
But if not Rocky Four,
If he dies, he dies.
yeah, like if not Rocky Four, then I don't know. It will probably be between five and I don't know. I like that second. I like the second fight, like for Rocky Two, like the second fight that he had with Apollo.
All right.
Like they kind of went at it in that one, but I don't know if I had to dwindle it down to one. The one that I always had on repeat was probably Rocky Four. Apollo dying aside, like I would say Rocky Four. And to be honest, Rocky Four was just a big montage. Like at a certain point, most of the movie was just a montage. Like
Right.
so but yeah, like um, what other one? Even the one remember when he went up against Mason Dixon? That was the dude who Antonio Tarver, the boxer. This was
That's Rocky's
Rocky
Rocky Six.
Six. Yeah, it was technically Rocky Six, but that was named Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
But what's that? That one was like really like emotional. That was an emotional movie when he gave that speech to his son about because people was like doubting him because they're like, oh, your old age, you can't do this. You're too old. And then he spoke with like the people at the board, like because they were trying to like not sanction the fight because he was too old. But then he gave that speech, and it was like kind of tug at the heartstrings. You feel me? But
Right.
with that being said, you have anything else you want to say about the movie? Or
Nah, I'm just ready to see what's gonna do. You know.
yeah, I'm definitely ready to see as well. But like I said, with that being said, um, like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw.
And
And,
share
like you said,
the
share.
video.
But with that being said,
Peace.
peace.